Live from 2 News. This is Talkin Real, powered by Strong Auto Group.
Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Talkin Real. We're here every Thursday. Dunny, usually we talk about the most recent game, but they're starting to come two at a time now.
Yeah, difficult time, I think, for this group in particular, especially with international duty. You've got some injuries. You've got something going on with the United States government, which isn't allowing players in Major League Soccer back in the country if they're in work permit situations. It's not going to be any easier for Real Salt Lake as this becomes a really busy stretch.
And winning in the U.S. Open Cup just ensures more matches down the road. Yeah. RSL hosting Sounders 2, the equivalent of Real Monarchs in the U.S. Open Cup Tuesday. 6th minute, Audentis Garcia crossing for Devin Sandoval. Sandoval dancing in the box. Shoots far post, just wild.
Well, it's a great opportunity, a great start, and it was an exciting group of young players getting their chance against S2, which really surprising group, have done so well in their first year at USL Pro, currently sitting second place overall.
8th minute, good combination passing by RSL. Your guy, DeMar Phillips, crossed just in front of Audentis Garcia.
Well, he gets in a great spot, and as he plays this ball back across the top of the 6, you hope that there's a timed run sitting at the back door, and for Audentis Garcia, a perfect opportunity to open up his account in 2015.
First half, stoppage time. Garcia was shaken up on the play there. First half stoppage time, quick throw-in by Sounders 2. Sam Garza chipping Jeff Atanella and the visitors on the board.
Well, this one will sting for two reasons. One, Sam Garza was a player Real Salt Lake had an opportunity to sign last year. Two, you cannot concede from a simple throw-in in the defensive third of the game.
58th minute, DeMar Phillips crossing for Sandoval. The header off the crossbar.
Well, anytime you get in that position, you want to force the goalkeeper to make the mistake. Sandoval, a little snap down header, bounces it hard. Goalkeeper's caught off his line. Unfortunately, hits the underside of the crossbar. 63rd minute, that's Javier Morales with a long ball over the top. Garcia runs it down as it heads to the flag. Nifty move around the defender to João Plata. The equalizer would level at 1. Well, this is what we expected when we saw the shift in the paradigm of the starting 11 this year with 3 attacking up front. And great job from Audentis Garcia, great little skill check. And most importantly, João Plata gets on the end of this ball, not only pulls one back for Real Salt Lake, but gets in the goal scoring column in 2015.
70th minute, poor call by the referee, giving RSL a gift in the box.
Well, and here's the way I look at this incident. The defender is trying to clear the ball off João Plata. Watch how hard he goes in. What he's trying to do is knock it off Plata so it goes back out for a throw-in. This is a poor decision that benefits Real Salt Lake.
Off the indirect free kick, Morales coming up big.
He does a great job. He keeps it low, keeps it on frame, and somehow he's able to bypass 4 S2 players in white jerseys and pick out that far post side net. And you can see the defender on the inline just gets nutmegged at the last second. Can't keep his feet straight. Javier Morales comes off the bench and once again is the difference maker.
Single elimination tournament, survive and advance. RSL found out today they'll host Portland July 1st in the next round of the U.S. Open Cup. That's the round of 16. Will Johnson, Nat Borchers, and his beard will return to Utah. Winner advances to the quarterfinals. Portland advanced by beating the Sounders. Seattle, 3 red cards and an injury. The Sounders finished that match with 7 players. Dunny, how often, if ever, have you seen something like that?
Well, for Clint Dempsey in particular, watch this play. Watch the referee and keep an eye on his hands. As he hands out the yellow card to Michael Azira, Dempsey knocks the book out of his hand, throws it to the ground, picks it up, then tears it up on the ground. So by the letter of the law, this is going to be deemed referee assault, damaging the referee's equipment. Under the rules and the guidelines as of right now, it's a 6-game minimum, a potential 3-month ban, and if a ban like that is handed out, Clint Dempsey will miss the Gold Cup, will miss U.S. men's national team side, and most importantly, this is the captain of the United States. And I get it. I get seeing blood red. I've seen blood red. I've had red cards. I've been sent off. But I've never seen a player physically walk up to a referee, slap the paper out of his hand, pick it up, tear it up in front of him, and then go back for seconds. This was a bad look, not only for Clint Dempsey, but for U.S. soccer in general.
Okay, penalties are often tied to the competition that they occurred in. Now, obviously, 90 days, that would be across all competitions. But the 6th game, would that be U.S. Open Cup or would that be all competition?
It would not affect Major League Soccer as of right now. But because you have a really weird hybrid system where U.S. Soccer is involved in pro is involved with Major League Soccer, and you've got kind of this triangle of referees involved, it's going to be very interesting to see how hard U.S. Soccer and potentially Major League Soccer comes down on a guy who is widely considered one of the biggest impact players in U.S. soccer history.
Okay, there are plenty of cynics watching this thinking, oh, Major League Soccer has made up the rules before as they go along. The collective bargaining agreement hasn't been signed. You can hear them yelling at us through the TV. So should people really be standing up at night thinking, oh no, Clint's not going to play in the Gold Cup?
Well, this is different because this is U.S. soccer. This is the U.S. Open Cup. This isn't Major League Soccer. This has nothing to do with the collective bargaining agreement. But it all depends on how hard they come down. Take, for example, Arturo Vidal with Chile in the Copa America. Not only do they win a couple nights ago, but he gets into his car after a few drinks at the casino and smashes up his Ferrari. He's in jail. He's given a 4-month driving ban, but he's been released to play with Chile in the Copa America. All bets are off. And so it's going to be interesting, again, to see, I would say use the word fascinating, to see how hard U.S. soccer and potentially Major League Soccer come down on a guy like Clint Dempsey, who's not only captain of of the Seattle Sounders, but he's the captain of the U.S. men's national team.
Who you would expect more poise out of?
Blood red.
Blood red. RSL's facing a very busy schedule now. With the win Tuesday, they're set up to play 5 matches in 15 days, testing the team's fitness and depth.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's going to be a busy schedule, but we're getting healthier, which is good. Lave should be back pretty soon. Then you have Elias coming back sometime. Schuler getting there, and we're getting there as a group. And the first half wasn't great last night. The second half was very promising, and now we need to carry that momentum into the game on Sunday.
Sunday, Sporting KC visits. Then RSL travels cross-country to play the New York Red Bulls. They return home to face Columbus Saturday the 27th. July 1st, they play the Portland Timbers in the U.S. Open Cup. And then they host Orlando City on July 4th, complete with the traditional fireworks. Okay, MLS needs rivalries. You said that before, Dunny. They need teams that don't like each other. Sporting Kansas City's coming to town Sunday, and these two teams don't like each other. Benny Feilhaber and Jeff Cassar have removed any doubt.
I've never liked Salt Lake. I think they're I don't like them. I like playing against them. I like beating them, even though, we haven't been able to the last 2 years, but this year we get to play them a couple more times. I think they're snobby almost. I think they think they're something special when they're not.
I mean, listen, I want these points, okay? I want them because it's a Western Conference team. It's starting to get there, It's starting to get there. I want to walk away with 3 points, and I want to feel good about this performance. I want the team to feel good, and I want them to feel bad.
You just said you want to feel good and you want them to feel bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure you knew that's what you said.
Yeah, I want them.
You don't want to walk that back at all.
No, I want them to feel bad.
You really almost blew it up there.
Yeah.
That's good.
No, it's one of those games where we make a statement. I want teams to start to fear us and feel that we're going to be playing with a hunger and a passion and a sense of urgency. There's no better team than Kansas City.
It's official. These two teams.
Oh, so close.
I know.
So close. He was right there.
I've interviewed Jeff enough. I really thought there was another level coming.
I wanted it.
And you heard it too.
He was that close. You could see him thinking about it. Do I give him the locker room?
I've done enough damage.
I put it there?
I've done enough damage. He dialed it back.
Listen,
but it was still enough. He still stirred the pot.
I want it. I love it. We've got villains. We've got heroes. This is exactly what we need in Major League Soccer. Benny Feilhaber doesn't like you, Real Salt Lake fans. He He thinks you're snobbish. This is fantastic. This is exactly what we want. And when you're talking about Sporting Kansas City in particular, you've got to talk about Dom Dwyer, Graham Zusi, and two guys for me that are absolute game changers. When you take a look at Dom Dwyer in particular, last year 22 goals on the season, but I want you to watch his individual movement, his individual technique right there. He's marked by Jermaine Jones, and yeah, Jermaine Jones isn't a real center back, and I know he pops into dangerous spots, but look at that spin, look at that turn. He's got strength, he's got athleticism, he's got a fantastic left foot. Great ball from Christian Nemeth. Watch the turn, watch the spin. Great goal. Now, when you also want to talk about Dom Dwyer, you want to talk about his movement in the box. Keep an eye on the back six and the way he rises up, snap down header, far post. He gets in amongst the trees. He's only 5'9", but he's very dynamic in his movement. He's hungry with his attacking play. Well, what about Graham Zusi? Graham Zusi, a difference maker, 48 goals so far, and watch the presence of mind. Here he is, individually, his matchup, Ricardo Clark, but watch Benny Feilhaber and the way he just kind of ghosts in at the last second. What an absolute cannon this is from Feilhaber, but for Zusi, this touch perfectly weighted down with his head, right in the run of play for Benny Feilhaber, and again, oof, grabs all of this ball. Let's take a look at the starting 11 for Sporting Kansas City. Former RSL third-string goalkeeper Tim Melia is in goal. He's been fantastic. Matt Beasler has been the best center back in Major League Soccer, and it's gone quietly because he's not involved in the U.S. men's national team. Sonny Mustavar, the Haitian international, undefeated since he's been in the starting 11, sitting in front of that back four. There you got the guy who doesn't like Real Salt Lake, Benny Feilhaber. Roger Espinosa comes back from Wigan Athletic. Graham Zusi is going to be looking to get up and down on that left-hand side. Christian Nemeth is going to pull back inside, played 2 halves for Hungary on international duty in the past week, and then Dom Dwyer, 22 goals last season. Take a look at Real Salt Lake starting 11. And a lot of surprises, especially across the back line. Fanny Cavita comes in. Still some issues with the work permit situation with Elias Vasquez. He, as of right now, is not going to be available. There could be a last-minute thing. That is more of a State Department, U.S. national type of issue. Aaron Mond will continue his role as the other center back, but look for these three. Javier Morales, Luke Mulholland, Kyle Beckerman back in the starting 11. Joao Plata will continue his movement on the left-hand side. The same goes for Sebastian Jaime over on the right-hand side, and then Alvaro Saborio up top. Movement, strength, speed, athleticism, the front four that we've been waiting for all season long for Real Salt Lake. 16 shots generated against Colorado. We saw a great result Tuesday night, even though it was a come from behind with guys kind of mixed and matched. But this is a great opportunity for Real Salt Lake, especially at home, to match the intensity, the expectations from the fan base at the Riot.
All right, it's time. What are the Master Electrical keys to victory?
Well, for me, it's all about the battle in the midfield. And for two teams that just don't like each other, it's all set for a Molotov cocktail. And look for early challenges, early tackles, especially Kyle Beckerman and Roger Espinosa. Center back options for Real Salt Lake, we talked about it. Elias Vasquez is not available as of right now. Chris Schuler's not available because of injury. Jamison Olave not available because of injury. That means Aaron Mond and Fanny Cavita. What does their defensive shape look like? Their pairing, their partnership, especially with guys like Nemeth and Dwyer. Those two players, Dom Dwyer, sometimes known as Mr. LaRue, as he's married to Sidney LaRue in the offseason. Christian Nemeth, the Hungary international. They've been fantastic. Statistically, they haven't been tearing everything up, but their movement in particular, as they continue to evolve as a partnership, one of the most dangerous duos, in my opinion, in Major League Soccer.
Remember, RSL hosts Sporting Kansas City Sunday night, 8 o'clock. Tickets are still available. You can watch the game on Fox Sports 1. Dave Fox has U.S. Open golf highlights next. Stay with us.